morning, guys, and thanks for subscribing to the new YouTube channel, Blackwater Guide Service. Today we're going to do another fair and unbiased product review. Why is it fair and unbiased? Because nobody pays us to do this and nobody gives us any free stuff. So everything you see in any of our product review videos is stuff that we've personally bought. We've tried pretty much everything you can try on the market in that category, and whatever we're showing you guys is what has absolutely worked the best for us. Today we're going to be talking about shooting sticks. As an outfitter that does a lot of spot and stalk hunts, or as a hunter yourself that does some spot and stalk, the shooting sticks are probably one of the most important things in your bag. You know, you're walking around, your heart rate gets up, your wind gets up, you're breathing pretty heavy. When it comes time to make that shot, you have to have a solid rest. For a while now on the market, there's been one called the Reaper Rest, and that was probably the coolest thing hunters have seen in a while, because of the way that the saddle worked on it. It was able to tighten it down. The problem is that their price point was outrageous. By the time you bought the saddle mechanism and put it on a tripod, you were close to $700. People are into, the higher the price, the better the product, and we see that with camo and all kind of stuff nowadays. But there's ways to do that without just, getting a little bit crazy. And so Bog Pod came out with their version, and it's called the Deathgrip, and it is #1. They've got two different price points. They have one that's made out of aluminum. It's going to run you about $200. They have one that's carbon fiber. That's going to be about $50 more. Main benefit to this Bog Pod Deathgrip is the saddle mechanism. A lot of times when we're doing spot and stalk, sometimes it's a quick shot, but a lot of times we're catching these animals that are moving across travel corridors, feeding patterns, going to water, whatever it is. So we're not going to be in a blind situation. We're going to get in the brush, set up, and know they're walking through. Take your rifle. Once you get set up in an area, you put it right inside that saddle, and you just tighten this thing all the way down. Once it's tight, it's there. You can sit in your chair and have your gun loaded, ready to go. You're not having to pick it up when the animal comes out, hold it on the shooting sticks for lengthy periods of time. It's there. It's ready for you to just get on the scope and make the shot. Let's say we're expecting the animal to come across left to right at this angle, and just how animals do, for some reason he comes out the other direction, or he's really hard to our left. And with a regular set of shooting sticks, you're going to have to pick up somehow and move those, crunching leaves on the ground, knocking over a rock, something that's probably going to give you away. With the Bog Pod Deathgrip, you've got this little knob on the side. You loosen it up, and now your rifle can move a full 360. It's completely silent, and it's completely fluid. You need to adjust your angle on whether you're going to shoot farther or shorter. It's got this knob right here on the side. All you have to do is loosen that up when you're ready to shoot, and you're fluid up and down. There's no jerk at all in that, so when you're trying to get on your actual target, putting your crosshairs on the shoulder, you don't have any of that jerky movement that you would have in a lead sled, or if you're breathing hard and trying to do it to yourself. Sometimes you get that up and down with your breath. You're not going to experience that here. You lock that sucker in, and it's dead solid. With this Deathgrip, man, it's just like shooting at the range. All you have to do is set it up when you get there, and when that animal comes in, you're going to make the perfect shot. Little degree knobs that are sitting on the top of the legs. There's one on each leg. That's to set your angle. If you're shooting or standing or whatever it is, you can set the angle on that from 85 to 45, and then if you push it again, it'll actually go all the way to 20. That's going to give you the spread. If you want it taller, you want the degrees higher. If you want it shorter, you want the degrees lower. It has an inset tubular design, so when you want to raise and lower the legs, you flip this little switch here, and that will allow you to slide it down or slide it back up. When you get it back where you want it, just click that back over, and that locks it in. There's only two things that we found wrong with the Bog Pod Deathgrip. One of them can be fixed. I'll talk about that one second. The first thing is that the actual ball joint head, as you saw earlier, it can move left to right fluid. It can move up and down fluid, but it will not cant. you cannot move this head side to side to level simply the head back off. You have to level the head with the legs. If you don't do that, you'll find that if it's off center, that when you're looking at the animal, instead of your crosshairs being straight up and down, you're going to be more of an X angle because the ball head is canted. I wish they would come out with a way that you could actually adjust that once you get set up. Then it doesn't matter in a rush situation. You set up, you can make that one minor adjustment and you're level. But at the current time, they don't have that. So be sure to level your legs prior to sitting down. The only other thing that we found is that on the aluminum ones, since it is a tubular design, the aluminum ones, they can bend. I kind of treat my stuff like crap, and they have not come out of the back of my truck since April. So for 3 months, they've been outside in pretty harsh conditions. Y'all know how the weather's been here in Texas the past few months. Rain hasn't affected them, the weather hasn't affected them, the dirt hasn't affected them, but we did bend, put a slight bend in one of the legs. We were loading something up and you know, tried to move it around and actually crimped one of the legs. When that happens, retracting and extracting part of that, it fails at that point. It pinches it shut on the inside. The very bottom one you can move, but the middle one I'm not able to move anymore. The way to fix that problem is to spend the extra $50 and buy the carbon fiber, because that one's not going to bend on you. But the aluminum one is awesome. It's super lightweight. It's easier to carry around. I've carried it miles and miles and miles according to the iWatch how many steps we're doing each hunt. But you know, the carbon fiber would actually be even lighter, and it's going to keep from bending on you. So if you get a chance and you want to spend the extra 50 bucks to eliminate that last problem, go for that. If not, and you're going to take care of your stuff, the aluminum's just fine. And for right around 200 bucks, you've got the absolute best set of shooting sticks on the market. Hey, I really appreciate you guys watching that. I appreciate y'all subscribing. It's the Bog Pod Deathgrip. You can order them online, or you can go to pretty much all your main stores or your local sporting goods stores. Most of those guys are carrying them. If they're not, tell them you want one. Guarantee you they'll have you one. And the last thing for our Don't Be a Goober tip of the day from Blackwater, Jancy and I have been noticing a lot guys that are driving around through big towns with Salt Life stickers on the back of their trucks. If you don't live on the beach, don't put a Salt Life sticker on the back of your truck. It's just goofy. Hey, you guys have a great day. We'll see y'all tomorrow.